Well, it's great to have you on Boxing Court. Today, it actually happens to be, as it were, afternoon when it comes to the US of A. But of course, indeed, we are live on Boxing Ghana TV and all the social media handles. Many thanks once again for joining me. Today, we have a boxing colossus, somebody who's seen it all, gone through boxing. I mean, one-time manager of Emmanuel Tego. He was even the CEO of Baby Jet Promotions at one point in time. He's been the second vice president of the Ghana Boxing Authority, and now he occupies the big seat talking about the presidency of Ghana Boxing Authority. Abraham Kotei Neequaye is my guest, and already I see the number of viewership and the anticipation for this particular show, and I'm very much happy and I'm very grateful that he's able to make it. Just to tell you, he's already in studio, and I'll be introducing him in no time, but in the meantime, in between time, let me run you through how the show actually unfolds. First, we begin with news making the boxing world, where we actually delve into anything that has to do with Ghana boxing, right on to African boxing, then of course world boxing at large. So that's David Kotei will be here to help me do those psychoanalysis and of course those news as it were. Yes. Then of course here on Boxing Court it's very interactive, so you get interactive on my line on +1 815 302 5489. Once again, it's +1 815 302 5489. Of course, you can leave messages on whichever platform that you're watching me. Like the page, share the page, and of course, let other people. Tell somebody to tell somebody that, of course, we are live. And of course, the president himself, Abraham Kotei Neequaye, is in studio, and we're going to have a wonderful conversation. All your questions, send them through me, and definitely I'll ask them for you. Many thanks again for joining me on the show. My name is Sammy Ofosuhene, and you're very much welcome. Well, let me just hook in Daniel David Kotei very quick. Then, of course, the man himself, I introduce Abraham Kotei Neequaye. Let me just show you, just for clarity's sake, I'm just going to show you that he's already in studio. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to say hi to him before David and I start doing those analysis. Then we bring him in to talk about the main thing itself. Of course, President Abraham Kotei Neequaye, many thanks for joining us. Yes, that's him. Yes. So yeah. When I promise, I deliver. Just like I told you, there are so many big personalities that are just trying to get on the show. But today we have a very big one. He is the couple when it comes to Ghana boxing, a boxing colossus and a boxing guru as well. He's seen it all. So today we're going to have a wonderful, fantastic discussion. For me, he's done very well in his first tenure, and we'll try and look into that. Everything that is on your mind, just send them through me, send them through the Facebook wall, whichever platform. And of course, you can also send it through +1 815 302 5489. Of course, I would love to read it. So it's going to be a great show. That I promise you, it's going to be a great show. David, let me hook in David Kotei real quick so that we can do the analysis pretty soon. Yes, I'm gonna put David through right away so that we can do the analysis. Well done, David Kotei. Many thanks.
Yes, thank you.
How are you doing now?
I'm doing good. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, are you able to hear me, Daniel David Kotei?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm doing okay. I'm good.
Okay. Your messages are coming thick and fast, and keep them coming thick and fast because it's going to be a wonderful show. No two ways about it. Somebody says I speak very fast. Somebody says I speak. Oh, come on, take your time. We definitely going to do something about it. David, yeah, just like I asked you, how are you doing?
Sammy, I'm doing good.
Okay, so let's start with the news. Ghanaian boxing news. We know Isaac Doge and Niche chocolates, as it were, cocoa chocolate drink. Yeah, they actually donated 100,000 Ghana cedis to the Ghana Boxing Authority. What do you have to say about that?
Sammy, what I would say is it is a good gesture from Isaac Doge. The truth is, Isaac Doge wasn't born in Bukom, but to stage that exercise in Bukom, bringing the young talent together, it was an awesome move from Isaac Doge and his sponsors. But the big question is, the money has been delivered, the money has been given to the Ghana Boxing Authority. For now, we don't know the roadmap as to how the money will be used. So since the Ghana Boxing Authority president will be on the show, definitely it's going to be a question that will be channeled to him to answer. But in a
Okay, but
nutshell, it yeah,
because of
it is
time
a good
factor,
move.
okay, because of time factor, we're just going to be riding through the stories real quick.
Yeah,
Also,
it is a good
Ghana
move
also
from the
reported
Trojan.
that former GBA boss, lawyer Peter Zuenes, actually congratulated Niche Coco and of course Isaac Dobe as well for that wonderful gesture. What do you have to say about that, real quick?
Yeah, because it is a huge money. $100,000 Ghana cedi is a huge money, and for a sponsor to put or inject that kind of money into the boxing scene is they need to be praised. But what is the Ghana Boxing Authority or the boxing fraternity are going to do to help the niche company in order to get the mileage that they are looking for? So
For if you
it's
ask
not
me,
just like
okay, go ahead, go
no,
ahead. We got to be
it is a
just okay.
question. It is a upcoming question many people will be asking.
Okay, okay,
The money that has been given to the Ghana Boxing Authority, what is the Ghana Boxing Authority going to do for for the company to get the mileage that they are looking for? So
okay,
for Moses for our money, congratulating them. I think it is a good thing in the right direction for
okay,
a company
okay.
just
That's
because
cool. That's
many people have been struggling to get sponsors, but for niche Coco, Troy Zegdobe to invest in boxing, they need to be praised.
okay. So I can also tell you for a fact that Freddie Kirit won. The Liberian chap, as we know him, Freddie Kirit actually won his bout as well. Quick one, just a quick one because I really have to run through the stories real quick.
It is a good win for Frederick Kuit. I think his last fight he lost I stand to be
He
correct, he
won.
lost in
He
his
won his
last
last
fight.
fight. He's
But
on
I
a
think it
back to
might be
back
his
wins.
last two fight. So winning getting two wins in a row, it is a good win for Frederick Kiwit. He got to a point Frederick he was in ascendancy. He was one of the top dog in the welterweight until he suffered his first loss in the United Kingdom. And I think since then he changed camp. He was previously managed by Amubediako. He was previously coached by Carloko. So I think since that loss, he decided to change his camp. And he's prepping himself, he's putting himself on the map, pushing hard so that he'll be recognized as one of the best lightweight boxers in the world. But it's a tall order for him because looking at that weight division, you have the likes of Errol Spence, you have the likes of Terence Crawford, the likes of
Okay,
you guys. So I think
okay.
for him to be recognized in
You're
that
gonna
weight
have to be
division, he has
very
to hit.
snappy.
Yeah.
Very, very snappy for me. Okay, so American thinks that that's Boxing Ghana reporting. American thinks that it will be easy work for Crawford to beat Errol Spence. Real quick.
No, I disagree with him. I disagree with him because Crawford, we all know Crawford is the best finisher when it comes to boxing. He and Gervonta Davis and facing Errol Spence. Errol Spence is one boxer who knows how to dig deep whenever he's fighting inside. And look, Crawford has been undisputed champion. He's looking for to become another undisputed champion at another weight class. But for me, you can never write off Aaron Spence because Aaron Spence is a dangerous fighter. And any boxer that comes close to Aaron Spence will feel the heat. Though Crawford is a hard hitter, but Aaron Spence is dangerous.
Okay, well, indeed, that's it for us. There was a lot we needed to tackle, but because of time factor, we will leave it here. But let me bring back again. Of course, you can send your messages. I see the messages coming thick and fast. Keep them coming. Of course, I would love to read them. No two ways about it. But I'm gonna at this point in time, I'm gonna bring in Mr. Abraham Kotei Neequaye. He's actually an honorable, as it were. So I'm gonna bring him in real quick. Then we can start with the discussions, as it were. So I'll first start with my questioning. So I'm just going to put him through like right about now, and so that we can just take chat, as it were. So producer, do we have him? Okay, so I think that we do have uh, the senior himself. For me, I call him one of those boxing colossus. He's been around for a particularly long time. So I'm putting him through right away so that we can have or we can start a conversation. Yes, my producer tells me, okay, so I can see it. I can see all the messages. Everybody, You can send a message now. I can just rope in your message just like that. It can roll underneath the crawler. So that's by way of information. I'm trying to just connect the president right away. Let's see. We're gonna do it
Oh,
for.
I thought I'm there.
Okay. Yes. Great. Great. Mr. President, many thanks.
Yes, my brother. How are you?
I'm great. I'm actually very good, and many thanks for joining us on the show, for honoring your words. That we are grateful. We are very grateful.
Yes, you know I'm a friend to the media, so I always try to make time to you
Mm,
guys. Yes.
mm. Okay, so this is a caveat for me. I will say this. I must admit that you've done very well in your first tenure. I will not even say your tenure has ended, but I think you've done well. For me, that's for me. That's a personal.
I'm 1 year in office. 1 year.
Okay, so 1 year in office and you're going strong,
Yes.
and that's good. But today I get to ask you questions that people are asking. I get to ask you all the tough questions, putting everything aside. Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
like I said, anybody watching us already, I see that our viewership is growing like crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Like and share so that
Yeah.
other people will watch it. It's great. It's great to have you all on the platform. So I'll start with my first question, Mr. President. And I'll go straight to the point, of course. And share with me, Mr. President, the idea behind the boxing fund. Why the boxing fund? Share
Well,
with me.
yes. Well, before then, I'll say uh, I'm happy to be here once again. I've been watching you. I've not been here before, but I've been watching you and following you. I know you way back. I want to salute the supporters of boxing as well. As you know now, now in Ghana, boxing is number one sport in Ghana because all the time we fill the stadium. People come and watch good boxing. Talking about the fund, the development fund that we set up, and what we are asking our young brothers who have the chance to go outside and fight to come and pay a little contribution of what they have received to help develop. Um, all the boxers in Ghana pay this development fund, with the exception of those who get to the US. And when they fight in there, they put up a reason that they pay a tax, and for that reason, they would not like to come and pay to develop the sports in Ghana. But the problem is that is where they also make the big money, and that is where when they pay that they are 3%, which 2% comes into the coffers of the boxing authority, and then 1% goes to the gym that brought them up. That is where we can see development. A lot of them don't want to do it, but we thank God that Isaac Dogbe have come to pay his 2%. That is aside what needs donated to us. So Isaac Dogbe paid his 2% to Ghana Boxing Authority. Before the niche people have to come in also, there are proposals to niche Coco to also help us with this. When we talk about the development fund, as I speak to you, the Ghana Boxing Authority have helped 3 old boxers who are very sick and they are on bed. One of them is struggling from stroke. The authority, out of these funds that we've gotten, donate some few monies to them. There is additional people who having their proposal on my desk that we are supposed to help them. Where do we get the money to help these old boxers? 2, the development fee goes to boxing development in Ghana. You see, the authority have 16 regions under him, not only Greater Accra. And we are looking forward how we can get to these various regions My brother, it will take money for us to go to the regions and develop the sports in the various regions, not only Accra. Two, it will interest you to know that before a boxer will get to the world level, fundamental things like creating a stage for the boxer to fight 6 fights, then you will have the chance to fight the national title. Then 10 to 12 fights before he can fight whether the WBC, the WBO, the IBF title. If the Ghana Boxing Authority will not create the avenue for you or create the platform for you to fight, to meet that 12 fights, 10 to 12 fights, you can never fight any of the titles like WBO, WBC. We need this money to develop these young boxers. When we don't have sponsors, as I speak to you, I'm running the Biloxi Professional Boxing League with a sponsor, IMAS Group, TCL, Techno, Max Buy, and Biloxi, and then Renault. These are people who are helping me to do the league. In Accra, my brother, if today we finish the first season and we cannot get sponsors again, then the boxing will go down. Let's go back to Lawyer Moses Fuamweni when he was doing his small team, because he had sponsors, and when Sammy Captain took over from him and there was no sponsors, then the boxing died. Why should it be like that? If these percentages will come to Ghana Boxing Authority, we can continue our league system whether we get sponsors or we don't get sponsors. My brother Ohini, the richest gym in Ghana that everybody can talk of is Bukom Boxing Gym, where if today Mayweather or any other boxers want to visit Ghana, they will say, I'm going to Bukom. And when they get to Bukom, they would like to see the gym where these champions have come out from. I'm talking to you, when you visit Bukom gym today, there is no one punching bag in Bukom Boxing Gym. If the percentage have been coming, 1% will go to Bukom Boxing Gym, and we will see Bukom Boxing Gym standing. Today, Bukom Boxing Gym is dead because the champions have come out from there. They are rich, but the coaches are poor. They did not get anything. The teams are poor. All that we are asking our brothers, who will bring them up to that level? Don't forget, I've been a boxing manager. Don't forget, I've been a promoter. I've been an amateur president as well before becoming the GBA president, my brother. So, all these things that we are asking, and I didn't start this. I didn't start fighting for this. Neequaye Minister started it. Lawyer Fuamweni continue. Lawyer Peter Swenis continue. Mr. Samuel Captain continue. And Kotei Neequaye is still fighting it. And today, I thank God that in my tent, we have somebody like Isaac Dobe. When I spoke to Isaac, Isaac told me, if it is about development, I will pay. So it is about development. My brother, as I speak to you, this year alone, there are conferences that the president and other executive members have to go. When you go to Commonwealth, the rating room where they will go and rate the boxers, it is only the federation heads that can go in there and do the rating. How will I move from Ghana to UK and go and rate our boxers if we don't have money? You understand? Now, there is a WBC conference coming on at Mexico, Acapulco. The president and other team members have to go. How do we go to the conference to get our boxers to be rated into the WBC? The same way the WBO. So now, out of this development fee, we can take some money and go out there and rate the boxers who don't have managers, but they are good boxers. It is not only those who have managers that their managers have connection, they will keep being in the ratings. No. The GBA need to go there to make sure that those who don't have managers, but they are due to be in the ratings, will be in the ratings. I can go there with a team member if we have what we call the development fee. The gyms in Accra can be equipped if they pay the development fee, and the 1% will go to their various gyms. And we can have seminars and have programs to equip our coaches if they pay the percentage. Out of the percentage, we can organize these seminars for our coaches. Out of the same percentage, we can run the office of the GBA. We can be able to pay our bills because we pay bills. We have the office there, but we pay utilities. We can pay all these bills. But if the percentages are not coming, my brother, the GBA would die. And when the GBA died, the sports will die as well. Today, as I'm speaking to you, you mentioned Neequaye. I went to Neequaye to look for sponsorship for logistics. I have written to the Ministry of Energy, Sports that we don't have a bus. We don't even have a pickup. If we want to go to Tamale and stage a fight there, how will the advanced team get to Tamale? Because a team needs to go to Tamale for marketing so that we can get a hotel and other facilities before the time of the event. We don't have anything, no logistics. So I went to Neequaye for them to buy us a pickup. So that we can travel all over the regions, the 16 regions, to stage fights. Well, looking at their stand now, they said they can help us. They can help us to buy the pickup. They cannot buy the pickup for us. So my brother asks, we will make sure we will brand, if we are able to buy the pickup, whether it is home use, we will have to brand it for people to see the Neequaye, what they've done. And let the people know that if not Neequaye, we wouldn't be at Volta region or Central region staging the fight.
Okay.
Now, do you know that the GBA should be in position to help the Ghana Boxing Association? We are the authorities. We are supposed to get money, percentages, and out of it, we support the government to take care of the association.
Oh, you mean the Ghana Boxing Federation? Okay.
Yes. We are the authority. So you can ask them, when they come and train and there's no food, they run to the boxing authority office. We have to give them money. So all that we are asking our brothers, we get them there. 2-3% of the big money you have, give one to the gym that brought you up and give 2% to Ghana Boxing Authority so that we can support the Ghana Boxing Federation. We can support the old boxers. We can take the boxing to the various regions. We can travel and go and help rate your colleagues who are now coming. That is the only way we can boast of champions.
Okay.
If we don't get the boxers rated in the world ratings, we can have good boxers, but if they are not rated in WBO, WBC, whatever, they can never fight any of this title.
Okay.
So my brother, if you ask me, these are some of the few things I can remember that we are doing and we want to continue to do. Per the development fund that we have set up, so that when the sponsors close their doors on us, we can still run the authority like the way the football people are running.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to write. I'm eventually going to ask all my questions. Then I'll allow David as well to come in. But my questions are basically questions that I've censored from people from boxing who are concerned, and even my own as well. So I'm going to go with my second question, and these are bulleted. First of all, why Boxing League, and what is the objective behind such an ambitious venture?
Well, I did not start the Boxing League. It is lawyer Moses Fuamweni who started the Boxing League. Lawyer Peter Zwenis continue it, and I'm also doing it. I'm just making my own in the bigger scale. You understand? So, Lawyer Peter Zwenis built a very good foundation for me. Don't forget, I was his vice president. Moses Fuamweni did Martin League. Peter Zwenis did Fist of Fury. And I am doing Ghana Professional Boxing League. So I did not start the league, but just that I am doing 20 events within a year on a larger scale. Why? Because I choose as a GBA. You see, during Lawyer Peter Zwenis' time, when he get the sponsors, he gave the money, he distributed the money to the promoters. Promoters take 20,000 to stage an event. Promoters take, when I came, did my first week, myself, I gave 20,000 from GBA coffers to Bronze Promotions to stage a fight. When this guy is fighting one time, Sheriff is fighting the WBA. The GBA signed a check of 20,000 to support the promoter to stage the fight. So Peter Zwenis have a star. He get the money from sponsors and he'll give it to the promoters. I was his vice president. So I saw the disadvantages that is having with it. They will stage the show, and you don't even see the effect of the show. They sit on the GBA as if the GBA have not done anything at all. And it's not making the GBA powerful. Rather, an individual promoters are getting powerful. So I learned from what they do. So when I got to the office, actually, some of the promoters and Lawyer Moses Fuamweni wrote to the former sponsors that I am a thief, and for that reason, they should not deal with me. I even received a copy that he wrote to all the sponsors. I said, well, I have a marketing background. That is my job. So I'm not going to rely on this. I even wrote to them that, look, instead of you taking the sponsorship from the Ghana Boxing Authority and destroying the sponsorship, why don't you direct the sponsorship to the Ghana Boxing Federation because they also need money. So I went to look for my own sponsors. I was able strategically to appoint Fadi Fatah. I knew he was the owner of the Metro TV at that time. Through the help of Honorable Nilante, we got to Fadi Fatah, and Fadi Fatah have to lead my marketing team to get IMA's group and to get Renault and Deluxy and other things. So then we partnered them that I want to supervise this project myself. I will not go Peter Zwene's way. I will be part of it. So the $1.7 million that we're taking, it is for 5 years boxing league project. So even though we need logistics to go to the various regions, I said I will not touch the money. I will not touch any of the money to go and buy a car or a bus or any logistics for the regions. It is for boxing league. And let me leave this money there and go and look for another money for the project. What can take me to the various regions to go and work? So the difference between me and my former bosses is that I am involved in the promotions in the way of supervising that good things. Young boxers who don't have anybody will fight on the bill, on the league. When you look at the previous ones, some of the promoters, after taking the money from the GBA, they have a contract with the boxers. So they continue to promote only their boxers on their bill. But they've taken GBA's money. But I said, no, I will be there, make sure that all the gyms bring the people who don't have managers. They are my focus. Those who have managers, their managers are already paying for them to fight on other promotions. Some of them are also started fighting on the promotion. But I am in for those who don't have people at all. You don't have manager, you don't have promoter, you don't have anybody to take care of him. But this is a good boxer. I cannot leave them alone. So that is why the GBA involvement in this particular league. I make sure I see everything. The whole system is at the office. Who is fighting? If you bring this boxer, where from this boxer, where from this? You know, we even have to go and take somebody from the north. And when we brought the guy and he proved himself, now the GBA have taken it upon him. We are taking care of his welfare. We bought him gloves, we bought him bags, anything, all the logistics he needs to train. Because there's no gym in Tamale. And it's now here at the Silvio gym. So the boxing league is something that my previous president started and I'm continuing.
Okay, so in your estimation, how would you rate the progress of the boxing league so far?
Well, I don't know, but the last event, the Ghana Football Association head of marketing came to the event, and then he said it in the ring that the football have to take care and they have to set up their games because it looks like boxing want to take over. Because anytime he comes to the arena, I feel the capacity of 6,000, irrespective of who is fighting, because I make sure good fight. So when somebody is coming, you know there's a good show. And the number of embassies that are attending now, dignitaries, we are having big politicians, big pastors, and then big men from various listing, all coming to the arena. And when they come, they see good boxing. So for me, I see it to be the foundation. I'm running a 5 years project. I signed for 5 years project, even though I'm going to spend 4 years. because I said in case I will not win the next election, I'm trying to create an opportunity like the way Peter created for me, so that new president can continue the good show. So my 4 years, I'm running this, and for me, I'm at the foundation level. And now I've coming out with boxers like John Quay. Nobody knows John Quay. Soldier. Nobody knows Soldier. Max TV. Nobody know him. The Zongo man, the guy from the Northern region. Nobody knew him. I've been able to discover 6 good potentials. People are chasing now. These are people, nobody knows them. So I can say that I'm still at the foundation level. I will never give myself any credit because I have not done anything yet. My 1 year in office, in the space of 6 months, I've been able to do 12 events. Coming Saturday, I'm going to do the 13th event. I'm looking forward that at the end of the year, we'll finish with the 20 events.
Okay, so messages are coming thick and fast. I'll read them. Keep your messages coming, I'll read them. But like I said, I have questions I want to finish. And afterwards, of course, I'll give David the opportunity. And of course, I'll read your messages as well. So keep your messages coming. I see them on Facebook. I see them on my WhatsApp and all that. Okay, so I'll do that. Most of you are enjoying the show. Well, President, many people have complained. They are actually asking that does a win or lose in the boxing league affect a boxer's record? As in, win or lose, does it affect the boxer's record?
Yes, because whatever happens there, we send it to Boxwork immediately.
Okay. People say it's not on Boxwork. Is it true?
Yes. Oh, my brother, you can go to Boxwork. From fight number 1 to fight number 12, it's all on Boxwork. You understand?
Wow. Okay.
I know some people might give you, maybe you don't hear what they are telling you. Just recently, there was a fight by X3. S3, that is S3 Pomo, Alessintia and his boy. They did a fight. And then there are certain required things that we have to, Boxwork gave to us. They did a fight, and then Boxwork wrote to us that this kind of Achiagbeshi fight that they are doing, Boxwork say it's not accepting it anymore. So when they wrote to me, I called them. I called Believer and called the matchmakers, and I gave them the letter that this is what Boxwork said, that it will not take these things again, where a boxer will sit down and say, I'm tired, I can't fight again. Another one, round 1, then he goes down. Then the next one, somebody say his hand. And so when they did the fights last time, I think 3 weeks ago, I invited them with the technical team. And I said, look at the videos you sent me. This is what Boxwork says he don't want. And when they were doing the thing, I called the promoter. I was there. I called the promoter, and then I called the matchmaker that please talk to the boxers. I know you are doing a setup fight. I know. When I got there, because the people there, talk to them, else it will not go. I will not send it. Because per requirement, they don't meet it. I want them. So when we form a team, the chairman of the committee was my first vice president, Mr. Ramos Dodu. And per the committee, we said, no. We cannot disgrace ourselves anymore. It is either you do good promotions or you don't do at all. Their major problem is before they will do the promotions, they take money from the managers. The managers will pay them 2,000 so that they will get them a boxer. So their boxer will come and beat. We call it Achiagbeshi. We have warned them several times that this is destroying Ghana boxing. And that is the main fight between myself and some of the promoters. that you better do a good show or don't do it. When I was promoting my boxers, Golden Mike Promotions, it is Golden Mike Promotions that pays the boxers. But now people do promotions and the boxers who are fighting pays their opponents. Why? And you call this boxing? And so I told them that enough is enough. I am not taking this to Boxwell for us to get a disgrace or for them to write that they've sanctioned us. So that is what I said. Okay. The S3 fight, I said nobody will force me to take this thing to Boxwell. So far as the technical committee and the promoter and the matchmaker, you have watched the thing and you yourself, you said it is no good. And the report coming to me from the committee that it is no good, we shouldn't send it. Why should I send it?
Yeah, I got you. Okay, I'll move to my second question. I'll move to my second question. I must admit that you are really up to speed with the current issues, and I like that. Let me ask you this: has the boxing league halted other promotions? Has it halted other promotions?
No. Just I was telling you that last 2 weeks S3 did the promotions. Just that they did. Yes, they did Achiagbeshi. I was there. Okay. They did Achiagbeshi. They pay the boxers for their good boxers to beat them so that they can get records for them. You understand?
Yeah, and I get you.
The boxing league, we were running the boxing league. We were running the boxing league, and Alex Ntiamwa did stopper Robert Quay.
George. Yeah.
He filled the stadium.
Yeah, it was a big one. It was a big one. Yeah.
Big one. He filled the stadium. I think at that time we've done like 6 events, and then he did his fight. So the boxing league is not stopping anybody. We were doing the boxing league. And Cabri Promotions promoted his fight at Idlewhite. Yeah, we were doing the boxing league. And then Ace Promotions did his promotions at Labadi Beach.
Okay.
It was so he have not stopped anything.
So let me follow up with this. What would you say to the promoters that are concerned that what they call semi-monopoly by Max TV?
You see, when I was a promoter myself, I was working with UTV, Baby Jet Promotions, right?
Yeah.
This guy, Box Office Promotions, is working with Super Sports. How do you call them?
Super Sports, yeah.
Yes.
DSTV.
DSTV. And then Cadric is also working with GTV.
Yeah, GTV. Yeah.
Yes, you understand. Now, you cannot run a very good promotions without a TV. So me, when I got into office, because of my promotional background, I told my team, we first have to locate a TV station. So as a marketer, I started moving. The first people I spoke to is UTV because I've worked with them before. But of course, the terms, we couldn't understand things well. We are still talking. Then Honorable Nilante also came in to help me with the Max TV. So I approached the Max TV people and I told them that even when I was a promoter, this is the number of viewers I have on UTV because I have their records as a CEO for Baby Jet. That is my reference point whenever I'm going for marketing. So when we do a fight and then we see the number of viewers, I pick it. You understand? And then I pick the background of the people also there. And that is what I use for my marketing. So I have the basis. So when I went to UTV, I told them that these are the basis when I was working as a promoter. And now that I'm the GBA president, if we are going to do this, believe me, and we do it well, we can hit big. So I went in with a proposal and I want to deal with them. You understand? The same way I encourage the other promoters, what I was doing. Now, I even called them the last time and I said, look, take advantage of what we're doing. Go to the other TV stations and make your point out. Because, as a matter of fact, Max TV don't want to lose this project. That tells you that another TV also is eyeing. Because on Saturday night, we shut down the whole system. Everybody. So you can go and do your marketing. It depends on your presentation. You understand? And when you do and you're able to convince them, you understand? They'll buy into it. So if you say my marketing power or strength is destroying you, you better come and hire me and pay me some few money and I go work for you.
Okay. So I'm gonna move to I'm gonna move to my next question. Some boxes are banned. Okay, what would it take for the ban to be lifted off those boxes? Because I know some of them are trying to, they are doing all their best. I don't want to mention names, but those boxes, what would it take for the ban to be lifted?
My brother, me, I'm not interested in banning people. As I speak to you, the board have taken a decision almost 3 weeks ago for us to ban Emmanuel Tego for not paying his percentage fares. I have decided, after the decision, I have decided that, board, I beg you, let us write to him and give him reminder before I take the decision. At the end of the day, their complaints now is they pay some money in the US, and for that reason, they don't want to pay here. But Isaac Dogbe have proven that whatever they pay there, which is their tax, they will file and get the money back. So it's not like the US government takes the money and keep it. You understand? They get the money back. So if it's going to pay some small 2%, for later on he'll go and file and take his money back. You cannot say you won't pay. With the heavyweight boxer,
yes,
his issue is
a very good friend of mine.
Yes, his issue was his issue was the previous administration said he forged a signature. I spoke to him. As for the forgery, I was able to go through that one. But I was also having issue with Kabrick. Okay. So I told him that, my brother, let me lead you to go and beg Kabrick, because Kabrick is a promoter, he's a stakeholder. Yeah. I don't want to release you and then offend another person. This is all I said to him. He said he cannot beg. I said, it is not you who are going to beg. I will lead you to go and beg the man. When I come, I'll make a decision and release you. Because to me, you are a Ghanaian and a boxer. If they banned you for 5 years, then I want you to be an armed robber. Yeah. So let us just go and beg the man. And if me, myself, I'm there and we beg him, I'll release you. The next thing I see from him, he said now he's a Tanzanian boxer. I cannot force him. With your brother, this guy, the comic guy. Yeah. I spoke to the manager, and I'm expecting the boxer that even if you heard something from the manager, you will come and access our side. You understand? But when you go and sit down and say, if you want money, we should go and do money rituals. Me, for instance, I may not have the money you have right now, but I was a rich man before you. Everybody knows me.
Yeah.
That I when I entered into boxing with a lot of money as a businessman, I was a rich man. I was managing a boxer like your type. I managed Emmanuel Tego and I managed Bukom Banku.
Yeah. I remember.
So, are you the one going to advise us now to go and do money rituals? We know the way to money rituals people there before you became the champion. You understand? So when you talk like this to people, already you told Lawyer Peter Zwenis, which I was part of there, that we are weed smokers. Peter took you to court. You understand? And me, because of the Gamanche element, in Kotei Neequaye, that is my name. I said, if I'm a gun, and the Gamanche have sent a delegation. When I came to office, Gamanche sent another delegation to me. There's nothing I can do to respect my chief. So when we release you, should not give you the platform to come and insult us back. So I wrote back to the Gamanche that, you see your boy, he have disgraced me because Lord Peter Zwenis was not happy. One of the decisions that he made and I came in to change, he was not happy with me. I have to beg him. You understand? Then you go ahead and insult. Anyway, for me, if anybody, I told their team, I think one of their lawyers, they sent a lawyer to the office. I said, me, I'm not interested in banning anybody. But even the man, Amubediako, the gentleman, you are doing boxing. And I told the man that, look, I believe when you came to Ghana, I saw you. We were big in the game when you came. But because you live there, today you are somewhere. But my major problem with him is how he take the boxers and he will leave the coaches. Because my boxers grow and my coaches don't grow. I have 10 world champions. How many world level coaches can I boast of? 10 world champions. But I can boast of 2 that they went to the world level. And this is bad. So I am saying that at least when you are going with the boxers, at least one coach. But when you come like Oluwase, he have come to pick Oluwase just recently and he left the coaches. But who made Oluwase? Who trained Oluwase and today is where he is? So these are the problems we are fighting for that. Don't big up the boxers and leave the coaches. Look, the coaches from wherever that today we call their big names is because the boxers work with them to their finish boxing. So when they get there, at least they will learn from A or B. The small they've learned, they learn from A or B. But when you come, you use your money influence. Now you have money. You pick the boxer because the boxer too want to go to the States. You don't care. I'll pick you. I'll not take your manager, your coach. Then the boxer goes. So now I'm having big bosses, world champions, 10 world titles. How many world coaches do I have? So these are simple things that we can judge on and look at what we can do. And that is what I'm doing now. I'm fighting through the Ministry of Health, Youth and Sport that I can have 5 coaches to have US visa so that when a boxer is going to fight, they can go with them. Then the 10% that American coach who will know nothing about the boxer will take from the boxer will come to a Ghanaian coach so that my coach's life will change. Not only the managers, we the managers, where do we see the boxers? It is the coaches who make the boxers and we bring our monies to take them. The coaches are poor all over Ghana. And you don't want me to talk. And they are the reason why I am there. You build a boxer, you build a coach. Today, let me cite a big example for you. You see somebody like Coach Adama, who traveled all the way with Agboko. He's the richest coach now in Ghana. His children all are based in US. He's having companies and other things in Ghana. Why? Because he was close with Agboko. He's taking his 10%. He drives big cars in Ghana. Take him out of the coaches. How many champions so far we have? My coaches are all poor. They don't even have cars. Yet they produce the boxers. So this is something that I talk to them. If they come, we judge and then we look at it. What you have to pay, you come and pay little as it is. We'll take it. And then we support your brothers. Somebody like Kotei, my brother, through the Ghana Boxing Authority, he was given $40,000. Through the Ghana Boxing Authority, I was then the vice president.
You mean
the development fund.
You so mean today, that's
when
news,
you
really?
get money, I am telling you, it's in my account. As a president, the money from ministry to GBA account, from GBA account to him. So where you got the money? Today, you have gotten there. Pay something. Techi was given $20,000. You understand? So you want to say the government will help you. The government body is the authority. When we help you, and then you go out there. When Techi is traveling to South Africa to go and fight, it is through his development fund, the 20,000 the government gave, money was issued to him. And I was even telling the minister, sir, if we are giving this to the boxers, why don't we manage the boxers? Because somebody say it's a manager, he will take 33% of the boxer. He has not done anything. This is the kind of amount of money you've given to these guys. We can manage them and take the 33%, give 10% to other disciplines. Because
let me ask you this. Okay, I'm going to ask you this. Isaac Dogbe, he seems to be enjoying some support from your outfit. Do you have favorites when it comes to boxers?
The person, I spoke to the three of them. Isaac Dogbe, Emmanuel Tego, and then Kotei. You know Emmanuel Tego is my boxer.
Yeah.
You knew?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
He's my boy. It is through me he got to US and stayed with Peter Khan when I was the CEO of Baby Jet. I did everything myself and Michael. You understand? I spoke with three of them. Somebody like Emmanuel Tego, I told him, I beg you, come and pay this thing because people will talk. I spoke to the three of them. Isaac Dogbe, who did not start his boxing from Ghana. He have no benefit from anything from Ghana. When he won his title, nothing was given to him. Last he was telling me, I have to apologize. But he told me, Mr. President, even though when I won, I was not given anything. If it's about development, I will pay. And look at Emmanuel Tego. When he's traveling out of the GBA coffers, that time he don't have a manager. You understand? So I know things are a little bit difficult for him to train. We gave him 2,000 for preparation to go to the US. Out of the same common fund, 2,000 for preparation to go to the US and go and fight. When you lost,
do we still have him? Okay. So I think that we're trying to reestablish contact again with President Neequaye. I don't know what happened to the line right about now, but So I will just this is what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to bring I'm going to bring David in whilst re-establish contacts again with Mr. Neequaye. Then this is what we're going to do. I still got a lot of questions, though time has been fast spent. There are many of you who are sending me messages via Facebook, via WhatsApp, and of course I'm going to try and do justice to that, and we are trying to reconnect with him so that he comes back to answer some of these things. But let me bring David in. And well, okay, so Daniel David Kotei, if you can hear and see me, as it were, this is what I'm going to do. David, are you there? Can you hear me? David, are you with me? Okay, so I'm also trying to reestablish contact with David again, and of course, Mr. Kotei as well. So I will just do that in the Jeffrey. David is his connection is actually connecting, but let me read some messages coming from Facebook. We're trying to establish contact again with Mr. Kotei. I'll show some of the messages already on Facebook. I'll show it on the platform for you to see so that you know. Yes, this is coming from John. His name is what? John Johnson. Okay, he said Mr. Neequaye going to go with what maybe let me try and do it. Is Mr. Neequaye going to go with other promoters to seek fans as it has happened with IMAX? Is he seeking fans with IMAX in his capacity as a private Neequaye or GBA president? Of course, I'll have Mr. Neequaye answer to that. Okay, then I have this other one. I think it's coming from him as well. He says, but the president is saying. So, but the president is saying they have taken someone from the north who performed well and they are taking care of him. At what end? Yeah, I guess what the president actually said was that yes, they've taken someone from the north, but because there are no boxing facilities there, they've more or less like mentored him to another gym, and that is what he said. And he said pay his expenditures and expenses they had to pay to bring him here, and of course now he's under a tutelage of a boxing gym. So if I get you correct, that is what he said. I will try also make I think the first one. Let me try and see if I can answer that question as well. Where you say Mr. Neequaye is sick for sponsorship for other promoters. I think he made it clear that if you want to come to his outfit to help, because he has a marketing background, to help you in terms of seeking sponsorship, he's willing to help because at the end of the day, it's about the improvement and promotion of Ghana boxing. So I think he answered that. John Johnson, I think he answered that. Let me move on to this one, which is by, let me show it. Let's see. What does it say? Real Poku, he says, please, I have done professional boxing in the 70s to the 90s, and I know what I'm saying. Ray, I don't really know the preamble to what you're saying. So if you can come again, or maybe probably I should scroll through the messages and find out what actually you're trying to say. Other than that, I don't know what to say. This one is saying that we need to see improvement. I don't know what he's saying about that. If it's a contribution, that's okay. He said we need to see improvements. Okay, I guess. But make your questions clear so that he will answer to your questions. I think it's important that we do that. Clarity of your questioning is very, very important. I'm still going to scroll up and try and see if I can read some of the messages. Let's see. But David, even as I try to scroll through the messages, let me have your opinion soon before you've heard everything that Mr. Kotei has said. Of course, he's back on the line. I'll hook him through very soon. But let me just read some of the messages here real quick. So I'm gonna read real quick. Okay, so this one is saying that good work, Sammy, and that's from just so you see. That's from let's see. We are showing the person right away. What does this message say? He said, "Good work, Sammy. Your contribution to Ghana boxing is noted. Keep it up." Francis Opong, thank you, Francis. Yeah, Francis, yeah. Yeah, that's great. Francis, get in touch. Wow. I'm told you're a big man now. That's great. Francis used to be my schoolmate back in Accra High School. So we have that. Ebenezer J is I think he's a former coach. You know, he's still a coach with the authority, and he says what? He says, let's see what he says. I really want to just read it like, but I want you to see where it's coming from. Neequaye is also a coach. He said, wow, I'm shocked. He's shocked at some of the comments and some of the revelations that the president made. I think that's what he's talking about. This one is saying, and this one is from, let's see. Let me put it right here real quick so that people will see. There are so many messages coming from, especially my WhatsApp. I'll try and read them, and I'll connect Mr. Neequaye very soon. Okay, so this one is, I love my president. Okay, so, that's a fan of Mr. Kotei Neequaye. He says he loves his president. Okay, that's nice. Nee Junior says we are here some. That's okay. You are here some. I'll just read this one and try and read some of the messages on my what do you call it, my WhatsApp. Then we can go ahead. So keep your messages coming. We'll just do about 20 minutes and just wrap up. But Mr. Neequaye is still there. I'll read some of the messages. Yeah, I'll hook him through very soon. I'll get the portion of Daniel David Kotei as well. This one is saying, wow, interesting. I think that the president is well sounded and he's making some very interesting points. We should be giving him all the support. And that's from Daniel Ade. Okay, Daniel Ade. Okay, forgive me if I murdered your name. That's okay. This one is saying, kudos to President Neequaye. I think that you're on top of issues, and it's good that you come out and explain some of these things. Most of us are at the back and we don't really know what's going on, but I think you're making some very interesting and sensible comments. Sensible, that's interesting. Anyway, Dela Akapo, that's it's good. It's good, but it's interesting. There are so many messages coming, and I will try and read them. But let me hook in Mr. Neequaye. I will ask my next two questions. Then definitely, what I will do is I will get David in. Great show. I love your show. It's good that you brought President Neequaye. Some of these things are supposed to be in the open so that we know what he's doing. I think that he's the man for the job. Okay, Titus. You are a regular texter of the show. That's nice to hear from you. You know, to you, all those guys who've been like sending me messages prior to, I need you to send the messages now. Or has he answered all your questions? Because I'm surprised. What's his name? One big harshest critic. That's Asante. His name is something Asante. I've forgotten your name. You started the show with me. I need to hear what you have to say. Otherwise, when you send it later on, don't send me anything later on. I mean, if all the questions that you felt you needed to ask, yes, you this is the right platform. I'm just hooking Mr. Neequaye back on again, and unless you are telling me that he's answered all your questions, I'm going to hook Mr. Neequaye back on. I'll ask my last two questions because of time. Then I'll let David Kotei also ask two questions. Then of course we read your messages and wrap up and get out of the studio. Mr. Neequaye, many thanks. It's good that you're back again. We're sorry for that interaction. We don't know what happened though, but we are very much sorry. Can my producer unmute his mic? Producer, can you unmute his mic for me? Let's see. Okay. We are dead. Mr. Neequaye, we need you to unmute the mic, otherwise we can't have a conversation. Okay. So whilst Mr. Neequaye unmutes his mic, this is what I'm going to do. I don't really know what happened.
I'm back.
Great. Yes, we are. Yeah. Okay. So that's great. I'm really gonna ask you my last two questions because of time, and I'm gonna allow David to ask his questions. I'll read some of the questions as well from Facebook, and wrap up and get out of the studio. Many people seems to be happy with you. They feel that you are answering the questions very well. And some of the things were not preview to them either too. But anyway, that's good. Like I said, you can also get in touch on our platform because the show is interactive. So get interactive on +1 815 302 5489. I have tons of messages frozen on my WhatsApp. Today I'll be partial. I'm not going to read the WhatsApp messages. I'll read solely on Facebook because Facebook people have been saying that I've been partial. But anyway, I have over 50 messages and very interested. But most of them seems to be commending the president, so I don't want to make his head swallow-headed. So I'll just read the ones which are critical of him and definitely let him also answer that as well. But keep your messages coming. Otherwise, hold your peace. Henceforth, hold your peace. If you think you have got a question, ask the president. He's right here with us. And so, okay. Now, this is what I want to know, Mr. Neequaye. you've been in office for 1 year. How do you
Yes.
want to be remembered? Because so far for me, you've achieved a lot. How do you want your administration to be remembered?
I leave it to the people to judge me. At least for the first time, because of my marketing level, for the history of Ghana boxing, uh, I have first purchased a vehicle for the boxing authority. It has never happened before. A small marketing car for the boxing authority. I've brought in titles, new titles. I've done insurance for boxers and then coaches. Uh, I brought in some energy into the league. I told you my former president started this, but my own is more of a big level, So I leave it for the people to judge me. The last time I heard Mr. J. Annan saying on TV that first he wanted
You're
to
one of the best
compare me
administrators.
to Neequaye Misa, but now I look different. I'm first to introduce to the boxing authority allowances. It has never been before. Board members will come in each event. In each event that board members show up every 2 weeks, I give everybody sitting allowance. It has never happened in the history of boxing before. So I've done some few things that I know the people themselves. I've been a troublesome president too. So the people will
Hmm.
remember me with both the positive and the negative. In all, I love boxing. My family is a boxing. My two sons are all boxers. So
Yes,
it's
yes.
something that I'm doing so much so that in the near
Hmm.
future, when I'm not there, the new president comes in, will look at it, say, ni papa ye
Okay.
bibi intimation. Yes, that's it.
Okay. So I will just give David Kotei just about 3 questions to ask you. But there's this guy, John Zell. He seems a foreigner, but he seems to be asking questions. Now I'm gonna put his question through. I think it's on Facebook. I'm gonna show it for everybody to see. And this is what he said. He's actually asked what 2 questions. Okay, and then the question comes, and it goes like, uh, can he expand on the insurance aspect of boxers and the trainers? Do they all have insurance now, and how do other boxers take advantage of it, and where do they go? I think the questions are actually loaded. I mean, he also asks that, are you also expecting professional boxers to come back to Ghana and help? Does the president encourage boxers who have made it big to come back and work together for Ghana? Okay, so Mr. President, I'll put those 2 questions before you. He seems John
Yes,
Johnson. He
with
says,
insurance, we did insurance for 300 old boxers, coaches, and the current boxers. As I said to you, this happened the last December, and we are looking for the second phase
mm,
for other boxers. We've discovered that John Zil like this is a boxer, so we just discovered them. They are new boxers that have come in, and we are looking. It all boils down with money. Now I've engaged some insurance company. Initial ones we have to pay, but now because we have the league, I'm talking to insurance company who also get some advert played on the league and issues for them to come. So we are doing it for all of them. This development fee is all part of it. The small money that Lawyer Peter Zuenis left for me, out of it, I did insurance for them. So these are some of the things we need to do. So
okay.
we are on course
The
and we'll
same
get
John
it.
Zell, he seems to be asking a lot. John Zell, this will be the last time I ask any question on your behalf. I think you've taken over the show. He says, I want to ask the president if he has a good relationship with major promoters in Ghana.
Yes, yes. I have a very good relationship with them. 3 days today, Cabric was in my office. They wanted to do WBO for one time. That is what is this? One time. Where you know the guy?
Yeah, one time. Was yeah, yeah,
Neequaye. He's
Neequaye.
going to fight his next, defend the WBO title on the league, the next coming event. So they came. They are also looking at Patrick Alote also fighting there. We are all in good relationship. We sat down and drink some small tea. You know, they are my friends. You know, all of these guys. You know, you guys all are my friends. But just that.
Great.
Now you
Great.
go.
This one is saying, Sammy, how did you get the GBA president to speak so calmly? For once, he's actually making my day. He's making all the nice points and, of course, answering all the questions. Hey, that's interesting. That's interesting. But anyway, I guess that it depends on how you choose to go with certain things. You know, like I think that we are asking important questions, and he knows that he wants to take Ghana boxing to a different level. So I guess that's how. I don't know how I did it anyway, but anyway, David, you have the floor now. I need you to ask 2 questions. Then, of course, I'll read some of the questions that are also coming. Then we wrap up and get out of the studio. Yes. So the boy is new.
You know for sure that the 2 questions is not enough for me.
Okay, so let's see what we can do. Just so start asking your questions and let's see.
Sammy, first, let's take the facts and let's correct this erroneous statement that every far tax in America get it back. It's not everybody. So let's correct that erroneous statement. It's not everybody that far tax in America get it back.
So who are the people who don't get it back, David?
It depends on.
Are you saying that the boxers don't get their taxes back?
I know of boxers who far tax do not get it back to pay for another money. I know of a boxer who did that.
Okay,
so David, it's not everybody.
Now this is what I know.
Yes,
okay, I always say this is an academic sport, so your co-host sometimes we banter. Yeah. Okay, I want you to answer, but I also want to clear something before we go forward. Here in the USA, the only time that you file for taxes that you don't get will probably be if you've exceeded a certain amount. In that case, the system sees it as it has to run through the system, as it were. You understand? So let's agree that they file the taxes. No, let's David, let's do this. Let's establish this. Let's agree that they file the taxes and they get. The only time you don't get it is when you get a certain amount which exceeds that financial year, and they feel that it's gone in excess. That's one, yes. That's one.
That is a statement that I'm making. That is a statement
that's wrong, though, because you file the taxes, you get it back.
So I want to tell the GBA. Fine, okay, I don't know what
I'll allow you. Go ahead with your question.
But the fact is, it's not everybody that factors in America get it back. My second question is
that a question, David? Because this one I can answer it for you. That's not a question.
But I corrected the statement. It's not a question. I corrected.
Okay, David, ask your question. Because of time, President.
Ask your question. My first earlier one was just to correct a statement. Okay. My question is.
But that's one I will differ with you on that.
So, Sammy, you can. If you know other boxers, you can call other. I have a lot of boxers who have been filing tax and they have been paying for.
It's about. You see, I have a business background. I have taxation background, and I understand what you're saying. But let's agree that you file taxes. Everybody
working at the. We're talking about boxers. Boxers it's boxing that we are talking about. And I said I want to correct.
Or whatever. Every sportsman is a business person. It's a craft that you are learning the trading. They file taxes. Everybody files taxes.
We are talking about boxing. It's boxing. Whether somebody is doing athletics or somebody is doing golf, we are talking about boxing.
It's the same thing. It's the same. Whether the person is doing boxing, is doing athletics.
The point is, Sammy, point is, whether boxing or not, it's not everybody that factors that get it back. It's a fact.
Point well made. Just go ahead with your questions. Go.
For me, my question to the GBA president is, for me, there's a lot of ambiguous with respect to that development fee. According to the GBA president, he said boxers that fight outside Ghana, especially, let me center maybe Isaac Dogbe, Emmanuel Tego, Richie Comey. These are boxers who normally fight outside Ghana that get huge sums of pay. They have to pay 3%, 2% and 1% to the gym. For me, my question is, how would that happen? Because when Emmanuel Tego or Richie Comey were in Ghana, any time that they fight, whether in Ghana or outside Ghana, they have been paying percentage to the gym owner, which directly is the coach. So, because these coaches are running their gym privately, and the money that they are getting from the boxers, and now the GBA president is complaining that they lack logistics. So, what are the money that the coaches get? What are they using the money to do? Because I know that every boxer that fight give percentage to the coach, which in Ghana
David,
most of them are.
your second question. Because this one, I think I can even answer it for you. But your second question, go ahead. I want you to ask all your questions.
Let the GBA president answer, because
no, it's not going to go one by one. I want you to ask all the questions so that you can answer them.
To me. A boxer will be paid. Okay, so let's make this argument. Let's say Richie Comey is still being coached by Carloko. He fight in the US, he pay 5%. And now the GBA president is telling him to pay another 3%, 1% goes to the gym.
Do you want it just for you to be okay? Do you want him to answer it one by one, or you want to ask all the questions so that you answer? How do you want it?
You can answer it one by one before I go to my next question.
Okay. Mr. Neequaye.
I think my brother there, he follow boxing. True boxing today is up there. But there are certain things, because he's not technically, I don't know if he have been a manager before, but what I know is there is a 10% for coaches. There is 5% to the boxing authority, and then 33% for the managers. All the boxers, whether they fight in UK, US, wherever, they all come and pay that 5%. It is only the boxers who goes to US, the same boxers when they were fighting UK or any other country, they come and pay. But when they get to US, then they say their problem is because the federation at the US there charge them, they don't want to pay here. So we decided that the 5% should be reduced down to 2% to GBA. In a case where a coach have the chance to travel to the US, like just recently, Mr. Alote, Silvio gym coach, he traveled with Golden Boy to the US. Then he took his 10% directly, and he have to come and pay the 2% to GBA. But where in cases that the coaches don't have the chance to travel with the boxers, if it is the reason of not getting visa or whatever, then we say when you come, give 1% to Bukon Gym. My brother, I know you know Bukon Gym, it produced a lot of world champions. Today, when you get to Bukon Gym, there's no one boxing punching back in Bukon Gym. Are you happy? The money that people are paying goes into this development fund. I have set up this development fund. Peter Zweny's time and other previous presidents, it was not there. The development fund is not only boxers contributing. Individuals, we are begging individuals. We are begging you out there to send like $100 to come and help boxing because you love boxing. We are begging everybody, like the way the Football Association is getting. So when the people play, they give something to the football. The coaches, the courses, the course. I don't know much about them, but even the course team will get some percentage.
Yes, depending on the contract package. That's true.
This is what we are asking our brothers that we help them to get there to do, my brother. We are not asking too much. How
President,
much is
I want David to ask all his questions. That would be great because time is fast spent. David,
yes,
to do it one by one, I don't know how feasible, but kindly ask. You have 4 questions. Ask them like on a bounce. Then I think there is this man, John Johnson, who is also asking a lot of questions. I'm sure the president will answer. Those ones I know I can, but anyway, I'll still let him answer. Go ahead, David.
My next question, the GBA made a statement that I don't want to mention them, but a manager will come and pick a boxer and leave the coach. If I am the investor and I have a contract with the boxer and I'm investing in the boxer, why will I also pick the coach?
Okay, this one I will even answer it. You know why I'll answer for you? See, there is this thing I want us to clear in Ghana. Let me tell you one thing. You see, in Mexico, I did this research. In Mexico, when a boxer decides or boxer gets to a certain level, because it's the coaches, their system is actually run like that of ours. Now, what they do is that when those boxers are very much attached to those coaches, they move along with them so that they will have good coaches. It is something that we can look into. Now, this is to answer your question. Our system is different. Why is it different? And here in the USA, UK, and the rest, you go to a boxer and a boxer virtually hires the coach. You understand? Boxer is the one who actually hires the coach. But can we say same when it comes to Ghana? A coach will probably go pick a boxer from somewhere, take care of the boxer and all that. You understand? So it makes it a little bit different. And you see,
Sammy. No.
I want to say this.
Sammy,
no, I will let him answer.
We are making a mistake.
For me, when I sit here, I think about only one thing.
We are making a mistake. No. For me, no coach. No, Sammy.
I want you to understand something.
No, Sammy, because no. If you say a coach pick a boxer, take off the boxer. Anytime the boxer fight, the coach gets his percentage. That is a fact. It's not that the boxer is not paying the coach.
Let me ask this. Will it be so?
It's not that the boxer is not paying the coach. Anytime the boxer fight, he pays the coach.
David, let me ask you this. Will it be wrong? Okay, you let me answer. Afterwards, I'll definitely come in. Yes, go ahead.
A typical example of Oluwase that Amubede could have come to pick from Ghana now. When Oluwase came to Ghana to Charles Kotei, a place for Oluwase to stay is a problem. Charles Kotei accommodated Oluwase. Oluwase was a dancer, and Charles Kotei discovered him. Give him money every day. Charles Kotei prepare him all over to this level. When Charles Kotei is preparing Oluwase, he was thinking about tomorrow when Oluwase will fight $1 million, $2 million. He was not thinking about when Oluwase will fight 10,000, 20,000. And today, Amubede Akun have to come in and pick Oluwase from Charles Kotei. There are 4 coaches in the gym. And you now are saying that Amubede Akun is an investor. When this boy is dancing around Katamanton, where is Amubede Akun? I have been a manager.
President, it is.
I have been.
No,
I don't
it is.
I'm not arguing with you.
No,
Let
and
me talk.
fine.
David, let him finish.
No, because
Let him
of
finish.
no.
David, you see, I want us to, you see,
No, Sammy,
the thing
Sammy,
is, no. David, listen,
Sammy.
let's exercise some decorum on this show. See, I always say
No,
this.
because no, I
When,
made
when
a no, Sammy.
wait,
I asked you a
wait,
question. No,
see,
Sammy,
you
wait.
don't have to shout to
I
make a
asked you a
point.
question, and the president
Yes.
is answering the question. He was referring to the question that I asked, and he was asking me whether when Olu was here, and I'm saying that
You will get
somebody is an
opportunity
investor, is
to
investing.
see, you will get opportunity
Somebody
to
is an investor and is investing, and you are telling the person how to invest.
David, if we do it this way, we'll not get anywhere. You know why?
I
Because you
mean,
see, if you
you
raise
know,
rhetorical questions and you feel like you want to interject, we won't get anywhere. You need to allow the person to equally also, because see, there is something I've seen sitting back, and normally I don't get involved. I try to remain neutral and all that. But you see, we need to understand something, especially with the Ghana system. Why do I say this? With the Ghana system, it's a little bit different. Back here in the USA and even in the UK, it's the boxer who employs the coach. Here is a case. A coach goes and picks a boxer. The boxer doesn't pay the coach anything. Let's establish that fact. The boxer doesn't pay the coach anything. To you, my viewers from US, my viewers from Saudi Arabia, my viewers from UK, it may be a little bit difficult for you to understand. But I want you to understand the dynamics of the Ghana system. You see, even in law, we have what? The spirit and the latter. You understand? That's why even in law, you have conventions. Why do I say this? The Ghana system is different. Back here in the USA, it's the boxer who employs the coach, pays the coach per every session. You understand? And there are contractual effects to that. In Ghana, there is nothing like that. So a coach picks a boxer and probably takes care of the boxer, feeding, accommodation, and all that. These things are not documented. So when you bring that same system into the US, you will not be fair to the coaches. So, for instance, if there is something that can progress or probably educate the coaches to get to a certain level, and they are coming out and saying that, okay, if you are going for the sake of growth, attach these boxes or attach these coaches so that they can also go get those refresher courses and get to that level that we want. I don't think that is bad. I hope you understand. To you, all those people that are sending me those messages, thank you. Yes, so that is the explanation I'm giving to you. The Ghana system is a little bit unique from that of the US, from that of even Saudi Arabia, for that of and now I see that your messages are changing. Thank you. So I need to give that caveat so that you understand. I'm going to put David back so that you exhaust all his questions, because I want us to go away from here knowing that everything has been cemented very well and the Ghana boxing can, take its proper place as it were. David, you have the platform to ask your questions.
Sorry, I have no question to ask again.
You don't have a question to ask again?
Oh, I have a reason. I don't have no question. It seems like anytime I ask a question, the reaction that I get, I'm not cool with the reaction, so I have no question to ask again.
You see, here is the thing. I always say this, that boxing court and boxing Ghana, okay, we're supposed to be just the mediators. But here is the case. We are also going into the case. You and I are of the same stage. You are my co-host. Now, it is only prudent that when certain questions are asked, and those questions we can easily just give a background to it, it is only prudent that we give those background and give those preambles. You understand?
Sammy, we are not doing no. We are not doing the show for ourselves. We are doing the show to educate the family.
So I want to educate.
Hold on.
Yeah, I am holding on.
And a boxing investor has come to pick a boxer.
Yes.
Right? He's investing in the boxer. He has a contract with the boxer. So the association feel like, okay, it's not right to pick the boxer and leave the coach who has struggled with the boxer. Why wouldn't the association sit down and draw a roadmap to protect those trainers? If you can remember last week, we were talking about this thing that if you're a trainer and you have picked the boxer and you said you want to train the boxer, combining training and managing the boxer, and you don't put paper to it, and somebody come and pick the boxer, you have yourself to be blamed.
Exactly. So that is going forward, the progress of it. There are some instances
when this thing has happened, Why would you blame somebody?
David, I'll let Mr. Neequaye answer that. But do you agree with me that our situation is a bit unique from that of US, that of UK, and the rest? Because with those ones, as soon as it's even the boxer that employs the coach. But in our situation, it's a little bit different. Why? Because there are some boxers that are even accommodated by the coach. And what our coaches don't do, as it were, is that as at those times, those bosses are not in the capacity to be paying them. So they do it like, as it were, I won't say a charity case, but they do it bearing in mind that they are investing. If you are saying, just like we said last week, that going forward, they think that when a bosser comes to you, you should sign, what do you call it, an undertaking or a gentleman's agreement, which should be previewed to other people. That's a different thing altogether. But let's admit that our situation is a little bit unique. That's what I'm saying. Now, Mr. Neequaye,
if the thing is, if we will continue to say our situation in Ghana is unique, they will be making this kind of mistake. Irrespective of our situation being unique, whether the boxer is better to cover your with documentation.
Okay.
Well, my brother,
I'll let go ahead, Mr. Neequaye.
At this point, the GBA have come out with the rules, the undertaking rules for all boxers and coaches. You understand? And now they are signing the contract with the coaching. So as my brother David is saying, this is what is happening now in the office of the GBA between the coaches and their boxers. But what we are saying is, it is only fair that me, Kotei Neequaye, I'm a manager. I came to Willpower Gym, and then I don't even know how Game Boy got to Game Boy. And then the coach there, that is the late Aya Napo, give Game Boy to me. It's because that I'm a rich man. It's because I'm a rich man, I write Aya Napo off. Somebody who have built the boy from all this level to national level. For me, I've been in the same situation where managers will look down upon coaches, but I don't think it is fair. I don't think it is right, because if we don't take time, time will come. Nobody will go to the street and pick these boys again. For we, the rich people, to sit somewhere, seeing them at the bigger level, we bring in our money and then we say we sign them. It is not good. I have to make sure we correct it. I ask you a simple question. I have 10 world champions. How many world level coaches do I have? As it stands now, my brother, the people are not paying money for development, where we can even have the money to send these our coaches abroad for training. We don't have it. Or bring somebody to come and train them. So the easy way to get them trained is when a boxer is going, he will go with his coach. That one too, you deny the coaches. Who would do that? I've seen people that they are not coaches, but they follow boxers. And today, the boxers are with them outside and they are learning. So I am just begging you, my brother, let us encourage these managers and other people that at least, as you are interested in the boxers, get interested in the coaches as well. Find a way to develop them. Find a way so that they can also have something to eat. It is very painful that I've trained my boxer to that level. Then today, he will go and meet another coach in UK or US who knew nothing about it. And he rather will take the 10%. My brother, I beg you, I know you will not agree. You see, it is not everything that people should agree with you. But this one, at the level you are now, I'll beg you to preach that message. For managers to understand why they should help both boxers, the coaches, and then the association itself. Because without them, they are the investors. The association don't have money. The coaches don't have money. The boxers don't have money. They have the money. When they bring their money, they take only the boxer and leave the coach and the association. So
Okay.
very soon, things don't take time. The coaches will die, and then the association will die. Yes.
David, I'm going to give you opportunity to ask two last questions. If you don't have it, we'll wrap up the show and just leave things here. I think that we've exhausted enough time. So I'm giving you two questions. If your questions are exhausted, pretty much we move on. Your mic is muted, so if you can unmute your mic, unmute your mic.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead.
It's muted again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Will the GBA president admit that he has been unfair to certain boxers, especially with the payment of the development fee? He cited an example that the board has taken the decision to ban Emmanuel Tego for his refusal to pay that fee. But him being the GBA president has taken it upon himself to talk to Emmanuel Tego. So down the news is out. So will it be okay if somebody say he has been unfair to other boxers, but trying to pamper Emmanuel Tego instead of allowing the ban to take place based on his relationship he has with Emmanuel Tego?
Yes, Mr. President, did
Your
you get a question?
brother Sam. Yes, I got a question. Your brother asked me, and I told him that I'm not interested in banning Ghanaian boxers. What will it benefit me? We've spoken to this gentleman, and the board made a decision. And I decided that we should write to him again. We've written to him. You see, before we come out with a ban again, then this is A, B, C, D that we've done behind. So at the end of the day, it shouldn't be like Kotei Neequaye is interested in banning people just like that. That is not the reason why I am the president. I have a lot of job to do. So my brother, I have said it here. Everybody knew that Game Boy is my boxer. And if he will not do what is needful, the actions will come soon, very soon, maybe probably next week. The Isaac Dogbe have proven to me that it is possible in the US. Whether I like it or not, Isaac is not my boxer. But he have come to prove that it is possible. So he have proven that it's possible, then we'll take the actions. But as I'm saying, my interest is not about having issues with boxers, managers. No, I have been in that position. So my brother, that is why I am taking my time very well. He asked me if there's a table for me to sit down with Kotei, I'll sit down with them. As a matter of fact, when people start asking me questions about using flag, I say, please, that is not my mind. You know, I'm not interested in fighting people. No. This is a sport that I've been in it for 15 years. These people you see are all my friends. But leadership, there are some people you intentionally step on them. And there are some people you step on them without knowing that you are step on them. All that we do is jaw. We don't fight. So I beg you, it's just that I have seen that sometimes you need to take a little time. Talking to, calling on big people, Alaji Nusa, Asamwajan, all the people, I'm having meeting with them to talk to their boy. And when I do all those things and still he wants me to apply the heat, I will apply it. At that time, nobody will blame me. You understand? So I'm not, if I want to be unfair, I will not bring this thing up on boxing court. I would have kept it in me. You understand? But I'm not covering my boy or anybody. Everybody must follow suit. Isaac have make it possible that we can do it. And he have done it. So why will you fight them? This guy, Golden Boy, he just came to the US to fight, draw. He have also come and pay his own. He also pay whatever he will pay in the US. So Golden Boy, the young boxer, Aite, Mohamed Aite, he also have come to pay his own. So these two boys are fought there. And they have come to pay as small as Mohamed Aite money, as small as his money, he have come to pay. So my
Okay,
brother,
David, your
let's
question again.
encourage
Your next question, then we wrap up.
I mean, I'm done with the question.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do, Mr. God. I have tons of messages. I'll say that about 80% of them are actually commending you. So I'm not going to read them. Like I said, I'm not going to make your head swallow headed. Here on Boxing Court, this is what I do, and that is how it's going to be. Just like in a law court, just like a judge, when some things are not going right, when a judge knows that certain facts must be put right, especially procedural, we make sure it toes that line. I think going forward, we even ask whoever comes to Boxing Court to actually swear that he's going to tell the truth, but nothing else but the truth, so that our justification in coming to intermediate and intercede in certain angles and do points of corrections will be put in order. We have to understand that it's about the development of Ghana boxing. It's about seeking for progression. Exactly. So as and when things are not right, as and when we are even privy to certain information, the onus lies on us to bring it on board. You understand? That is why sometimes I have this kind of dialogue or exchanges with my co-hosts. We do it all the time. It's accepted. It's Boxing Court. Our mode of operation is a little bit different. Now, Mr. Kotei, I want your final words before we wrap up and get out of the studio.
I want to use this opportunity. The last time, I know there was a team, I don't know this guy's name, but I wrote a letter to appreciate them. A team from the UK donating some few things to Bronze Gym. Another team also from Old Boxers donating some gyms to Bukum Boxing Gym. I'll plead with our boxers out there, the Ghanaians out there. We need support in terms of logistics, equipment, and other things. We want you people to come and support Ghana boxing. We were looking for a car, but Niche Coco have given us some money. We asked them for a car. They couldn't provide the car.
I was about to wrap up, but I think this question, if I don't ask, it will be a cliche on people's mind. And it's from John Zell. John Johnson. John Johnson, when I'm about to finish the show, I'll address it. But I want you to answer this question for me. He says that, do we know the arrangement between Charles Kotei and Michael Amubediako and Ofosuhene? Do we know the arrangement? Because you were saying that what do you call it? Ofosuhene has been taken away and Charles Kotei doesn't. So he's asking if we know an arrangement between the two, or even the three.
Whatever arrangement, the Charles Kotei gym is where my son Neequaye trains. So it's a gym that I goes every now and then. After working in the office, I goes to the gym. But Charles Kotei gym, I visit it a lot because of my son. So I know whatever I am saying. I know the four coaches in there that Oluwase alone have gone. I knew.
So there was no contractual arrangement with Charles Kotei at all.
No, what I mean is, I know when they were going, I did not pay much attention because at that point I wrote to them that I will not even allow the Oluwase to fight in Ghana unless he come and sign the undertaking saying that tomorrow, if he gets to the top there, he will come and pay the percentage. And then they said he won't sign. Then I said, then we'll not give him the opportunity. That is where they wrote a letter to release some of their boxes. So other people come in and then they sign them. But the good thing is the boxers came to sign. So with Olu, I say, all I know is Olu is gone. The 4 coaches are down here. Whatever details they have, well, I don't know that one. But I'm speaking in general that like this Golden Boy is going. He went there with a Ghanaian coach. He came back, Alote. He said, hey, this is how they do it. Oh. This is how they do it. Oh. We have to do this and do that. He had brought some knowledge down. We want the two of you to encourage the managers that they should at least support the coaches. Coaches, I'm a mobile. Coaches, almost mobile.
Okay.
You understand? So we beg you, use your medium here to at least project my coaches for me.
Thank you, Mr. Neequaye, for joining us. I'm sure that will bring you in as and when matters crop up to come and give us some decisive answers like this. We are very much grateful for your time. We do really have to wrap up, but let me come in. John Zell, you were saying that I'm interceding, I'm being a lawyer. Look, it is not about being a lawyer. I don't know if you've gone to a typical law court before. Judges do intermediate. Why do they do that? Because they want to bring certain facts. It is not for me to sit here and just be dragging on propaganda. No, that's not what I do. For me, when I sit here, the most important thing to me, that's my first focus, my first call, is the promotion of Ghana boxing. So as and when I'm privy to certain information that I can bring to fore, or as and when I feel that certain informations are not being carried the way it's supposed to be, I'll bring it. So get it straight. It's boxing court. This is not a normal, typical journalist interviewing someone. It's a boxing court. The name, get the name right. It's a boxing court. So it's the judge who is supposed to intermediate, just like that. That's why my co-host, who is also a co-judge, also intermediates. Do you understand? That is why he also gets the opportunity to ask his questions. So don't make it seem like... And you see, there's another thing I need to bring it to your fore. Okay, when you say that when we go that way, Ghana boxing will not develop. Yes, that is why last week when we had a discussion, we said that going forward, coaches are supposed to sign contracts. We're even talking about a situation where there is a conflict of interest and all that. If you have not watched last week's show, probably you should go and watch it, John Zale. That will help you. As it's John Johnson, that will help you understand what it is that we are saying. You understand? Because you need to get the preamble straight. And I don't know which system you're talking about, but in Ghana, the system is a little bit different. Ghana, the situation is not as if a boxer or a boxer goes and hires a coach. No. There are some boxers, they don't even have managers. And the coaches will have to take it upon themselves, feed the boxers and all that. And they don't sign contract to that effect. So last week we were saying that, look, going forward, these things will not be a reason anymore. A coach, when you get a boxer, sign an undertaking with the boxer so that in the future, you won't come and complain. That is why I interceded, because I felt this thing, it shouldn't have been a question that David was even going to ask. I was expecting him to ask questions, like real questions. Because there are questions that must be brought to bear. We've sat on this program, we've raised so many questions, we've raised so many very interesting ones. I was expecting him to bring that to fore. Not questions like this where we've actually even talked about it last week. David, that was my issue with you. Yeah, you can come in.
I would like to ask questions when even my first question was a banter.
Okay, so let's get it.
I'm questioning the public, and if Dogby was in US, he fought, he has paid, and Dogby comes and tell you that every boxer that fights will fight the tax and get it back, and I'm saying that it is not every boxer. It is incorrect. If you will file it and get it back, other boxer will file it and you will pay for more.
David, and you see that you brought that, which is true. But you're also trying to make it seem like it is just boxers. And I was trying to tell you that so long as you're in a profession, everybody files taxes.
I'm not looking at other trade. We are talking about boxing. My board of contention about boxing. It's not about the other trade. I'm focusing on boxing.
Assuming without admitting that what you are saying, you have the avenue to ask questions. If your first question has been interjected, it doesn't mean that your subsequent questions are good. Your first question was interjected because I felt we sat on this show. Otherwise, we are not making progress because boxing court is supposed to be making progress. Boxing court is about finding out the truth. Yes, go ahead.
The kind of question that I will ask, maybe the show will turn upside down, and maybe we might not end the show.
No. You can't say that. You can't prejudge what is going to happen. Anyway, David, this is where we'll draw the curtains down for another exciting.
Asking questions based on what he said. I decided to be asking questions based on what he said.
But David, you know why I brought Mr. Kotei Neequaye here? You know, because we've raised questions. Well, you yourself have raised questions overly, and I expected that in this particular platform you asked those questions. You were not. Rather, you were. I don't know. But anyway, but it's okay. I guess this is what the jury does, right? Possibly with a court where you have two lawyers, definitely you have a court where you have two judges. Definitely you have those banters. It's normal. It's agreed. It's accepted. Anyway, this is where I had to draw now the curtains for another exciting edition of Boxing Court. Like I said, if you're probably in the USA, you will not understand the Ghanaian context. I'm not doing this show try and pretend like there are certain things that are not happening in Ghana. You understand? There are certain things that are actually happening in Ghana, which is not to international standard. When we want to change it, we need to admit that those things are happening, and we can take a cue from that. I won't sit on this show and pretend like, no, I am a judge. My duty is to make sure that I bring all the information needed so that we can have a fruitful discussion, so that we can move forward. It's not always about propaganda. I don't do propaganda. Like I said, do join me same time next week. My name has been Sammy Ofosuhene. Remember, a positive anything is better than a negative something. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week. Take care of yourself. Do have a great weekend. Bye.